Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. We are in the garage, which is also going to be known as Abby's temporary crafting space for now until we have a chance to get the shop remodeled. It is currently 8 degrees outside. We have snow on the ground and it's fairly warm in here. We have one of, it's like a ceiling type of heating system that the prior owner had put out here, so it's really comfortable. It's about 50 degrees, which is good for me because I get so hot so easy. So I am wearing one of my husband's oversized hoodies because this will be easier for me to work in versus like a jacket, anything heavy like that. So forgive me if I'm looking in the wrong spot. I don't typically film like my face. You guys are used to see my hands and stuff, so I apologize if I'm not looking directly at you, and I think I am right now. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go ahead, part of the first thing is I want to kind of sweep the floor in here first, just to kind of get a clean space. It's not dirty, but you know, it's like little bits of paper, things like that from us moving in. And then I'm going to pull everything that's against the wall out, and then I have some spray I'm going to be putting across the bottom of the floor here, or where the baseboard would be. And then I'm going to kind of go ahead and organize and get everything how I want it to be set up. I currently have you on top of my table, on top of a tote, so that is kind of the plan right now. So the spray I'm talking about, I'll grab it and I'll show you here. I'm not going to mention what I'm going to be spraying for. I think you guys can see because I am probably the world's most severe arachnophobe. And it is 8 degrees outside and we are starting to roll into winter. And I know that they don't come out when it's cold, but I don't care. That stuff works amazing. And so just for my own peace of mind, I'm going to go ahead and spray along the bottom of the garage down at the base of the wall here, just so I feel a bit more comfortable because like I told you guys, I'm such a freak with that. Okay, so enough jabbering with you guys having to look at this, and I will go ahead and turn the camera around so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like before I start. I did post some pictures on my community page, I think it was a few days ago, I can't remember exactly, kind of letting you guys know I'm going to be starting this project out here, and so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you on the video. Okay, so I'm using my small handheld tripod, so I'm going to do my best to not make you guys too dizzy. So over here, the door, and just have some totes here. I'm not going to tell you what's in each one because that, you know, that's, who cares? But anyway, so I just have some things here. So all of these things, this is stuff from the the retreat. That's just my empty suitcase. It's got to go into the third garage bay. My wagon, my beloved wagon, and just kind of pull all of this stuff away from the wall and kind of get it out here once I get this area swept here. And then I'm going to spray, like I mentioned. Got my table out of the trailer, so I'm so excited because this is the piece that I was waiting on so I could kind of start building my crafting area in here. So this table right here is going to be going against this wall. Sorry, I'm trying to not go fast. Sorry. Got my chair out too. It's going to go underneath this window here, and then everything else is going to be kind of built up around it. So I'm trying to go for the same setup that I had in the cabin, but instead of having the trailer, which I also called Abby's Annex, all of those items are already unloaded and into this part of the garage. So this is my printer cart with some, you know, different types of papers and whatnot. I did take all of the old books that I brought with me out of my initial wagon and put them in that tote, excuse me, put them in that tote right there. And then I didn't have enough room in that tote for everything. So I'm going to put those items back in the wagon because I like to be able to visually see them so I can kind of get inspiration, whether I use the item or not, the book, the spine, the pages, whatever. And then all of my fabric totes, these are all things that you guys watched me organize this past summer. Gosh, was it this past summer? It is. I'm losing track of time. So I will link those videos below in case you have not seen them and you're interested in it. I showed you how I organized my different sizes of fabric scraps and whatnot into these containers here. So it's going to be really nice having my fabrics and everything that I brought with me in this close proximity of where I'm going to be working. So that'll be really nice and convenient. And my husband bought me this chair to work on, and it's like a drafting type of chair. When I was nursing, I had chairs like this at our nursing station because we mostly stood, but we had high countertops, so if we ever did sit down to chart and stuff. So I mostly stand now, and he was just worried about my back, so he bought me this chair, and it's really comfortable. I like it. So that is that chair there. And then just some different things. That's got my sewing machine in it, and I like to get that out and plugged in and ready to go because I tend to not use it if it's not out where I can see it. So I'm going to be getting that set up as well. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just start with getting the floor like right in this area kind of swept, and then I can move all of this stuff over here, do the spraying, and then I'm going to start putting things back against the wall. Now I probably won't get a majority of that done tonight, but I'm going to do my best to get as much done as I possibly can. So lighting, a better idea tomorrow during the daylight to see how much additional lighting that I may possibly need out here. So I was thinking maybe getting some of the clamps, the overhead ones above the table here. That way there's no cables hanging down and I don't have to worry about going out and buying, you know, like floor lamps, because I don't want to do that, because that's not going to be my final solution. So if I don't have to spend any money on anything unnecessary, then I really want to stay away from that, because if I do that, then guess what? Abby's mad money to buy more fabric. So I will have to kind of play with it and see, because like I said, it is starting to be winter here. So if the lighting doesn't look right when I go to film and whatnot, then I'll have Steve help me with getting some different or additional, I guess, lighting versus what's in here. And it's pretty good lighting, to be honest. But so when I'm filming and I face the window, because that's the way I like to work, I like my table against a wall because I stack things on my table and that way it doesn't fall off. So that's just my preferred way of creating and working at my table. So excuse me, so the light is behind me at some point and then it makes like a shadow, and I don't like that in my videos. So just explain that, because I know that you guys were just dying to find out that information. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to film myself doing some of this. It's probably not going to be too interesting, but I personally like to watch, whether it be sewing rooms or, you know, craft rooms or whatever, art rooms and stuff, like when people are organizing them and getting them set up. I personally like videos like that. So I'm hoping that maybe some of you will like watching that too. So I would just like to have some video documentation of my process of this, because this is another step into a new phase for me, as far as like having, you know, this is our home. We purchased this, so this is like permanent. And so I'm really excited about just kind of getting this area set up and just kind of documenting the process, sharing it with you guys, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to quit procrastinating and I'm going to get to work. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so this is where I'm at right now, and I'm actually at a good stopping point for tonight, because Steve and I will be going to Lowe's tomorrow, and we're going to be picking up some things for the house and whatnot, but also some things for me. We're out here. So this rug that I have down, this is just one of those cheapo ones from Walmart. I had it in one part of the cabin just so we had, you know, weren't walking on just the bare wood that we put down. So anyway, so there's that. And then I thought I would go ahead and put that there. I originally was going to put it in front of the door, you know, like a rug area to kind of wipe our feet off and things like that, but I'm going to use it there for now. And then underneath here and over here, we're going to get some more rugs so I can have something underneath there. Now, do I really need rugs underneath my carts? No, I don't, but it's going to feel warmer to me, I guess you could say, a little bit more comfortable for me. And so I'm stopping tonight because I don't want to start stacking different totes and things when I have to pull them out again just to put the rugs down. So, but those will be easy because they're on wheels, of course. And then I'll focus on getting some more of my stuff unpacked and kind of set up. And so what I'm thinking about doing also is picking up a couple canvases tomorrow, drop cloths. I do have quite a few, but I have them where they're already cut up. So those are just some of the ones I have cut up already in there, in that container, and then I have some more somewhere else. And because my thought is, this is wintertime, it's freezing, it's like 8 degrees today. The other day it was like 0. And so it's not like Steve's going to be opening up the garage and doing projects and stuff because there's, you know, snow in front of our garage right now. So I'm kind of thinking more of, I guess, a little bit of forward thinking for like spring, when, you know, the weather's better and he does have the garage doors open to work on things, or when he wants to take the boat out, you know, stuff like that. Because I have OCD, like legit, I've been like diagnosed. I'm not just like saying I have it. I really do. And I hate it so much. But so I have this worry that whenever the weather gets better and we open the doors up, I'm afraid that, you know, different bugs and flies and bees and stuff are going to come in here because it is a garage. I understand that. But then I don't want them flying in my stuff and dying in my stuff, or, you know, other things that I'm terrified of coming in my stuff, making cobwebs or whatever. I just worry about it. It just stresses me out. So Steve said what we'll do is we can just get like some of the drop cloth canvases, because that'll be easiest, and then just get those and I can kind of drape them over the stuff that's exposed, like the carts here, that cart, and then like the printer. And then I'll have some things on my table, like my basic supplies, and then I can just kind of put that over top of that. These are sealed, like meaning that they close. So I'm not worried about things that are in totes and stuff. I'm just mostly worried about things that are open like that. And I know that with it being winter and freezing, that nothing's going to be coming out right now, but I just worry about it. Just, I don't know. OCD, it really sucks, I have to tell you. So let's see where else was I going to go with that. So we're probably not going to be starting my shop, or my remodeling the shop into my craft studio, until the spring, which is fine because that gives me just a little bit more time to, you know, kind of plan out what I want to do, pick the type of floor. It was me running into a bag behind me. Me picking out the flooring I want to do and the different, you know, decorative things, and then hopefully we'll have a chance to go back to Oregon and pick up the rest of our stuff is in storage. Right now the passes are really bad, so we're not gonna mess with that until the spring. We probably not even gonna make it back for Thanksgiving, to be honest, because the weather's, you know, supposed to get a bit worse, and sometimes they close McDonald Pass, which is one of the passes we go over. That's why I think it's the 4th of July pass we go over too. I can't remember exactly. I'm usually asleep when we travel because I just get tired when we drive. Well, when he's driving, not when I'm driving. Let me clarify that. So, so I was kind of thinking about, you know, what I'm gonna be wanting to do while I'm out here until we can start working on the shop remodel. So Steve said he wants to do whatever it's gonna make me comfortable out here while I'm working, and I'm not trying to be a baby pants or anything, but it just, this is the kind of thing that at like 2 in the morning when I'm laying in bed, I'm gonna think about it. At noon when I'm doing dishes, I'm gonna think about it. When we're driving to town tomorrow, I'm gonna think about it, because it's that obsessive compulsive, and it just stresses me out, because I've always had my craft rooms or craft corner or whatever inside of like a house, and so it's always been, you know, nice and sealed and tight. The 2-story craft room I had in Albany, he remodeled them, and they were like, you know, everything was like sealed and nice. It looked like a house inside. I mean, it didn't look like a shed or something. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there wasn't like gaps and stuff like that. So that just, you know, he just wants to do whatever he can to help me feel a bit more comfortable being out here and not worrying about, you know, things getting into my open carts and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow, is check out some different rugs and stuff for that, and then getting my initial idea is to just get some drop cloth canvases, because that'll be easy to just kind of drape over everything. I don't have to worry about it and just kind of go there. Of course, I have enough fabric I could do that, but I don't want to use my fabric like that. So anyways, kind of wanted to show you guys where I'm at for this first initial, I guess, setting up my area, so to speak. And kind of, as I was showing you earlier, kind of have everything moved out in this area. Pardon the rest of the stuff. We haven't unpacked everything yet. So, and some things we won't unpack until we get the rest of our belongings here. So anyway, there are those items there. Fabrics and stuff, again, are going to be kept in their totes and stuff unless I pull some out to work on a project, which I tend to leave all my things out. And I know a lot of us are that way. So I can also cover it. There's not going to be like dust or anything like that in here right now. Now, in the summertime, yeah, we're going to probably get some dust or whatever. If I just like normal, whether you live in a town or you live out rural like we do right now, it's outside, you know, the doors are open, things are going to come in. So I'm not too concerned about that right now. I just like to kind of keep it covered just to, I don't know, I guess to help appease my OCD-ness that I have. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stop because I got some things to do in the house, and then I'll come back out, hopefully tomorrow, and I'll share some more with you guys. So I will, depending upon how long this clip is, I might make this like its own separate video, like, you know, step one of me kind of getting my area cleaned and semi-organized and stuff. So maybe I'll do that. I won't know that until I go to edit this video, and I'll see how long it is, because, you know, I have a tendency to gab for 20 hours about something that could probably take me or anybody else about 5 minutes, because that's what I do. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll see you later, and yeah, we'll go from there.